Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Syafiqah Ala binti Rosli. My matrix number 2020-329-213.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Fatiha Natasha binti Ahmad Daud. My matric number is 2020360591. I am from MBA 113C.
Hi and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Natasha.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Aftanabila binti Ahmad Kamil and my matric number is 2020-955-287 and I'm from MBA 111.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Akila binti Muhammad. My matrix number is 020957233.
So, I will explain about introduction of inflation and unemployment in India. India is a country in South Asia. It is the world's second most populous country, the seventh largest by land area, and the world's most populous democracy. It is a multi-ethnic, multilingual, and pluralistic society. Indian films, music, and spiritual teachings are popular. However, they face a lot of problems such as gender inequality, child hunger, and rising levels of air pollution, which are among India's socio-economic issues. India's economy and GDP are divided into three sectors, which is agriculture, industry, and service. Agriculture and related industries like forestry, logging, and fisheries accounted for 70% of GDP in 2014, and the sector employed 49% of the country's total workers. The service sector currently makes up the majority of India's GDP, accounting for 57% in 2012, up from 50% in 1950. So, for your information, 27% of the workforce is employed in the service sector.
In 2020, the inflation rate of India is 6.2%. It is increased as compared to previous years, which is in 2019, the inflation rate was 4.76%. The retail inflation as measured by Consumer Price Index (CPI) for October 2020, it was 7.61%, but in November it is decreased to 6.93%. The growth in food inflation was due to increase in egg price, which rose 20.26% in 2020. Next, unemployment. In 2020, the unemployment rate in India was raised sharply to 7.11% compared to 2019 is 5.27%. Impact from the coronavirus outbreak, the country is facing the toughest moment in the world since March last year. On May 2020, there was a rise in the rural unemployment rate in India. They lost 10 million jobs on that month. There are 7 types of inflation. Creeping inflation is occur when price rise slowly and also known as mild inflation. Next, chronic inflation. It happens when inflation continue rise for a longer period time. Walking inflation if the rate of price higher than creeping inflation. Next, moderate inflation. This is a stable inflation. Running inflation. It is rapid acceleration in the rate of price increase. Second last, galloping inflation. It is occur when price increase by double or triple digit inflation rate and also known as jumping inflation. Last but not not least hyperinflation. It is occur when price is increased at an alarming high rate. There are 4 types of unemployment, which is open, disguised, educated, and technological unemployment.
The first cause of inflation of India is increase in money supplies. The rate of rise in money supply has punctured in June. India's money supplies M3 roses up to 190,960.38 India rupee billion, up from 18961.228 India rupee billion in May 2021. The output growth has been insufficient to absorb the growing amount of money in the economy. The second cause of inflation in India is caused by increase in government expenditure. India's government spending has been rapidly increasing in recent years. In the first quarter of 2021, India's government spending grew to 455.97 India rupee billions, up from 355.03 India rupee billions in the fourth quarter of 2020. This could lead to more growth. The third cause of inflation is caused by increase in import price. When India rupee depreciates, more rupees are needed to buy $1 US dollar. Therefore, imports in India have become more expensive. India consumers who import gold, car, and other products have to pay higher prices in terms of rupee. This raises the production cost of producers and raises the price of the final product produced by them. Cause of underemployment in India. The first cause is because underemployment of the economy. This modest development is insufficient to give enough job opportunities for the growing population. It means that as the population grows, the economy will be unable to meet demand for jobs, and an increasing number of people will be jobless. The second cause of underemployment in India is caused by slow growth in the agriculture sectors. India's agriculture is underdeveloped. It has a seasonal workforce. Therefore, seasonal unemployment occurs due to the slow growth of agriculture section and resulting an increase in underemployment. Next is defective system of education. The high percentage of unemployment among educated people is attributable to a shortage of jobs, poor schoolings, and the substandard level of education available at most colleges. Towards social, the cost of products and services is steadily increasing. However, consumer salaries and income do not rise in similar rate. The lower income group are the ones that suffer the most. They are unable to purchase even the most basic essentials. Inflation encourages current consumption and does not encourage savings. Next is the effect of inflation toward economy. The effect will be general slowing of economics. When this happens, unemployment rates rises, consumer spending power will fall, and financing become even more expensive. Effects of underemployment in India. Towards social, unemployment causes poverty. People are forced into poverty because they are unable to meet their fundamental needs. It also causes human suffering and lower morale. Due to a lack of funds, people are engaging in illegal activities, which leads to a rise in crime. Towards the economy, underemployment consumption decreases. Therefore, the aggregate demand, production, and economic growth will also decline. The creation of jobs and incomes is critical for economic development.
I will explain about monetary policy and fiscal policy. Okay, firstly, monetary policy, that is the central bank activity that are directed toward influencing the quantity of money and credit in an economy. So, in India, the Reserve Bank of India, that is the center of authority. The management of money supply and interest rate by central bank to stimulate a faltering economy. The central bank cut interest rate to making it to borrow, increasing the money supply. If the economy is growing too rapidly, the central bank can implement a tight monetary policy by raising interest rate, moving money from circulation. While the fiscal policy is referred to government decision and taxation and spending. This is used to accelerate growth when an economy starts slow, or to moderate growth and activity when an economy starts to overheat. Likewise, the central government can earn money through taxation and how is money. Next, the government will reduce debt rate while increasing its own spend to cool and overheat economy. Then it will rise tax and reduce spend to help economy. As well as in India, by the force that help the government to decide how much money should spend to support the economic activity. Much review must be earned to keep the economy running smoothly.
I will explain about the way India solved the problem using monetary policy. Inflation first, I will explain. Increase the bank rate. The RBI increased the bank rate to increase the price of borrowing funds from the bank. The result, loans will be more expensive and people will reduce the loan and expenses. The inflation rate will decrease. Open market operation, the RBI will sell government security to the public. It to reduce the bank deposit and credit ratio of commercial bank. The result, money supply, demand and price will reduce. Employment, decrease the bank rate. Financial operations play a role in the reduced scale such as money supply, interest rates, and more to monitor monetary. Open market operation are the purchase of shares and maintaining control of the financial flow of government credit. Open market operation, the government will reduce the tax such as exercise tax, service tax, sales tax, income tax, and corporate tax. It increases the consumption of goods and services. The aggregate demand and employer will increase. Inflation decrease the government expenses. The government will reduce and postpone some development projects. Hence, the operational expenses will decrease during inflation. The result, aggregate demand and price will decrease. Increase the tax. The government of India tends to implement decreased tax on goods and services. It is to encourage people make expenses that they will not overspend. Government increase the government expenditure. The government will carry more development projects. If the development project increase, then job opportunities will also increase. I will explain about the conclusion. Inflation and employment have many negative effects on individual, society, and the economy of a country. Proactive action must be taken by the government to solve the problem of inflation and employment.